The Amityville house, a place where tragedy, horror, and mystery collide. In this video, I'm breaking down, based on my own research, what I believe really happened inside those walls. This isn't just a story, it's true. The home at 112 Ocean Avenue was built in 1924 by John and Catherine Moynihan, a beautiful Dutch colonial, peaceful at first glance, but appearances can be deceiving. Rumors swirl that the house sits on Native American burial grounds. Some even claim the entire house was once moved from another location. But these remain unconfirmed whispers. Before the infamous murders, there are no confirmed records of deaths in the home. But strange feelings were reported by neighbors long before tragedy struck. In 1965, the DeFeo family moved in from Brooklyn. Ronald Sr., his wife Louise, and their children, Dawn, Allison, Mark, John, and Ronald Jr., known as Butch. Some claim strange things began almost immediately: cold spots, odd noises at night, and feelings of being watched. Ronald Sr. was strict, some say abusive, especially toward Butch, Dawn, and Louise. Arguments often turned violent, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. Rumors connected the family to organized crime. Butch even claimed to have seen his father involved in violent acts, though none of this was ever proven. Both Dawn and Butch were troubled, into drugs, fights, and rebellion. Whispers suggest a disturbingly close relationship between the two. November 12, 1974, tensions boiled over. Dawn allegedly talked of getting rid of their parents for freedom and inheritance. By night's end, tragedy would unfold. What happened next remains debated. By early morning, 6 members of the family were dead. Butch later claimed Dawn was responsible for some of the killings. How did no one wake during the shootings? Some blame a thunderstorm. Others believe the children were tricked into staying in bed until it was too late. Later that day, Butch ran into a local bar shouting that his family had been killed. Friends rushed to the house and called police. Police quickly suspected Butch. His story changed multiple times, but eventually he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Over a year later, George and Kathy Lutz moved in. Within 28 days, they fled, claiming intense paranormal activity, strange smells, cold spots, and even physical attacks. Some think the Lutz family exaggerated or fabricated the story for profit. Others swear their fear was real. The truth remains a mystery. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren claimed the home was pure evil. Lorraine said it was as close to hell as she had ever been. Several families have lived there since, most claiming no paranormal events, but many leave quickly, citing the constant flood of trespassers and gawkers. Butch told countless versions of that night, but always blamed Dawn for killing the children. In 2021, he died in prison at age 69. The house still stands, but the address is now 108 Ocean Avenue. Renovations hide its past, but the legend will never fade. Based on all my research, here's what I believe really happened that night in Amityville. On November 12, 1974, Ronnie was at his girlfriend's in New Jersey when Allison called, frantic, saying Dawn had a knife and was threatening their father. Ronnie rushed home, and by then, things had calmed down. Later, in the basement with Dawn and their friend Bobby, the talk turned deadly. Dawn wanted their parents gone so she could leave for Florida, and she pushed Ronnie until he agreed. They planned to kill only their father. In the early hours, Ronnie with a weapon and Dawn with a weapon went upstairs. Dawn offed their mother first. Ronnie offed his father. Bobby ran, thinking it was all a joke until it wasn't. Ronnie left for Brooklyn, but when he returned, his siblings were all dead. He confronted Dawn, who blamed Bobby. In a struggle over the weapon, it went off, ending her life. Also, while Ronnie was away at Brooklyn, unknown to the DeFeo family, a detective had been casing their home. And while Ronnie was gone, the detective had observed Dawn exit their house with some sort of a trash bag, and he watched her throw it off of a dock into the ocean. And as far as none of the family hearing the bangs and waking up, I believe that Dawn shouted out to the children that she was fending off a perpetrator, when in reality, she was keeping them where they were, so she could off them all, one by one. I do not believe that Bobby Koleski was involved in the murders at all. It was Ronnie and Dawn. No matter how it all went down, a very sad situation nonetheless. And as far as the hauntings reported by the Lutz family, I believe it was all for money. What about you? What do you think? Be sure to tell me in the comments below. But that is all for now. I love you all. This is Michael Leonard signing off.